So Valheim, whether you're starting off for yourself or playing with friends, you're going to need to start the game. So let's see how it goes. To start the game, you can start by creating a new character, but I've already created one. Let's try a new guy. Name, Baldy. YouTube, Bald YouTube. That's me. YouTube is you guys. Alright, we'll make him very hairy, because Vikings were hairy, right? Braided. Come on, nice long braid. Ooh, the double braid. Do the double. Nah, we're thick. Hair tone. Firebeard. We're gonna start a new world. Let's do new. Enter name. We're gonna have intro. Now, if you wanted to change the world seed, we can talk about that later. That's advanced stuff. This is start. Okay. So, he drops us off in the center of essentially the center of your map. The very center. If you're playing with friends, the first thing I recommend doing is click visible to other players here. This shows other people on your map so that you can show up as red and they can see you. Alright, so of course the first thing you want to do is build a house, get settled in, find a good spot to hang out. But really before you leave this spot, what you want to do is see this red stone, Eikthyr. So this shows you where the first boss location is. Now it'll always be here, you can always come back and get it, but it's an easy thing to get now and it's a good thing to not waste time later. So we hit this, and what it does is it shows you on the map the location of the first boss. See? Eikthyr. No problem. Now, we're on the hunt for an axe. So if we look around, wow, even in this stone circle here, we find stones. Boop. And look at that. Torch, rag tunic, and stone. Another stone. Boop. And let's grab some wood. Boop. So now we can make a stone axe, a club, and a hammer. Very important. The hammer, most important. The stone axe for gathering wood. So we're going to hit tab. First thing we do is we look at a stone axe and a hammer and a club. 3 things we just learned how to make. Takes 3 wood to make a hammer, 2 stone. Club will be used for defense, just takes 6 wood. And a stone axe, 5 wood, 4 stone. So let's start hunting. Let's start gathering. You should be able to punch these trees. Little bushes. Push those, sometimes they drop wood. It'll take a little while. You can knock them down and get some wood. There we go. Now we have enough to make our stone axe. That'll help knock down more wood. Alright, stone axe, made. Now, log. Chop. Improve your wood cutting. Learn the basics of the game. Now, as you chop down things, you'll notice that graylings show up. Graylings are not hard to kill, but they're kind of annoying. They run at you, and he'll try and like swipe at me, and then he'll just run away. Look at it. He didn't even swipe at me. Just like ran up, said hi, got a little crazy, and did like a whoop, 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 ran away. You can kill him pretty easy. Hit him. If you need to block, keep an eye on your stamina. Right click to block, and you can block damage. If you block correctly, right into the attacks, you can parry like that. It knocks him back. When he's knocked back like that, he takes extra damage. See? Let's try to block. There we go. Parry it up. Little damage. Look at that. That's like 75% of his health. And I just got this axe. There you go. As you run around, you'll also see berries. Pick up raspberries. Pick up blueberries. Pick up anything you can that's food oriented. Or you need it for health and stamina. It'll slowly recover your health, and it gives you all the stats on it just by looking at it. It shows how much it weighs, the health it gives, the stamina it gives, the duration it lasts, and how much healing it gives you per second. Now that we've got enough to make a hammer, this will be the start of our building. See? Hammer, campfire, wood stack, all sorts of things we can build. Stone pile, cooking station, workbench. So with the workbench, this is where we start building. So if we just want to start here, we might as well hang out really close to our stone monument. We've got a nice spot, looking up at the world tree. And we're in the meadows. The meadows are a relatively safe spot to start off. To build, you want to bring out your hammer and right-click. Right-clicking brings up the build menu and allows you to see what you can do. It's all set up into categories. First, we'll start off with the miscellaneous. You'll need a campfire eventually to stay warm, and also, if you need to sleep, you need a lit campfire. Wood stacks and stone piles are just for stacking materials that you don't want to put in chests. Right now, we still need enough to build a workbench. We're going to take our axe. Let's chop down 1 or 2 more trees. Alright, so 1 large tree down. We already have enough to build a workbench. Let's start it up. when you build a workbench, you can see this area that's around the outside. This is the area that the workbench is claiming. This is where you can work in. All this area is the area I can build in. Now, the building mechanics in this game are a little different because you can build multiple workbenches and build in the area that it claims all over the place. But once you're done, you can tear down a workbench and move along, build another workbench, and all your buildings will stay. Let's build ourselves a workbench to start with. Okay, so that's the basics. Now we can start building ourselves a little house to live in. So there's 2 rules for sleeping in this game. You need a covered bed, and you need a lit campfire somewhere near your covered bed. Also, for using the workbench, it needs to be covered. So if I'm going to use the workbench, other than building stuff with my hammer, it needs to be covered. See, the crafting station needs a roof. I'll show you how to do a simple one now. Build a simple little roof for this so that we can use it when we need it. It'll help us repair stuff. And it'll keep everything moving while we build everything else. 2 walls in the back, 45-degree angle roof, and I rotate it with my mouse wheel so that the wheel goes up there. Snap it right there. And we have a simple little roof. So we'll make sure this thing is contained. There we go. This is a simple station that'll help contain your roof so that you can build the rest of the stuff you need and nothing will break. Repairing this game costs absolutely nothing. All you have to do is click on this little repair icon and it'll help repair everything. Like, look at my stone axe right now. Repaired the stone axe. If you have multiple items, you have to click multiple times. That repaired my hammer just a little bit. So let's just say you want a simple house for you and your friends. This is how we set up so that we can always come back. There's 2 ways to set up a campfire. You can put it inside, but it needs to be on the ground, not on a floor, because it'll burn a wood floor, until you get a hearth, which is later on. And it needs to have a roof above your beds. Also, you normally want a chest, enough room to run around, bump elbows with each other. An easy solution to the fire is, instead of putting the fire inside, you can put the fire outside, close to your beds, close to the house. It'll still reach in through the walls. But if you want to put it inside, you just need a vent. And I'm going to do the inside vent one because I think it looks cool. So at this point, if you have your little section set up and you have your workbench, but you have too many hills, you can build yourself a hoe, and that way you can level the ground. So let's grab a hoe, which costs 5 wood and 2 stone. Same thing as the hammer. If you take out the hoe and right-click, you'll select what you have to do. Now, you can raise ground, but you have to be within range of a workbench, and you have to have stone on your person. But all we need to do is level. Now, leveling is a little tricky, but it works really well. You just look at the spots you want, click, and it goes down. There we are. See, it's kind of dippy, but that's fine. Ooh, first light. We'll just surround this little campfire. I don't want a square. Do like a lodge style for me and the boys. Okay, we got our floor base, rectangle with a fire in the middle. If you find that your house is a little bit above ground and you want it to stay in the ground, you can level the ground like we said with the hoe, but it's kind of tricky to do sometimes. What you can also do is you can build a little pole. If you look in your building menu, you can build a little pole. You can build long poles and short poles. Short poles work well. You'll be able to snap it right to that. There we go. Now we have a little support beam on the bottom. The floor is not going anywhere. If you notice, the inside of the walls have horizontal beams and the outside of the walls have just vertical beams. So we'll start with the outside walls. Outside wall. Outside wall. Since we got a rectangle, maybe we'll put a window in the middle here, right? Right? Yeah, everybody wants a view. A rectangle has been boxed in, but I forgot to put a window here. So this is very important when building stuff. If you want to build anything in this game, if you have your hammer out and you middle click on your mouse, you will destroy that item and keep all the materials for it. Whether it's an advanced item or a small item, like some of the iron, copper, bronze that you get later, you can break down stuff and move it completely. Now, let's put a window in the side. Do a little wood wall. Another little wood wall. Okay. Now, how tall do we want it? That's probably tall enough. We don't need it taller than that, especially now for the first one. Now we use the 45-degree angle thatch groove. Look at it from the inside here. Step into the fire, because why not? Burn ourselves alive. Okay. There we go. All right, we got a little house. Let's put a door up front. Ah, wonderful. Now, the fire can get out, but we're still going to die if we're in here, because if we close this in, all the smoke fills up and then we die. Yeah, I'll show you. So if you have a fire inside, you start to suffocate. You can't breathe in the smoke. You can't breathe in the smoke. So we need to put some kind of ventilation. Now, one way that you could do it is to just put a little second roof on top, you know? In order to get this top to snap, I had to put a little tiny support beam there. Like right there. I'll show you. Support beam right here. So we can get this snap. We'll do the same on this side. Support beam. Support beam. Go back up my scaffolding. Snap that in there. Alright. Now, we have a roof with a wonderful little awning up top. Now, as you look around, you'll find little Viking shelters all over the place. Please feel free to take these. All you have to do is drop down a workbench, use your hammer to repair, and you can repair these all to brand new. Fix the top, and have your own Viking shelter that's already pre-prepared. You don't have to make one yourself. So another thing is if you have a very limited amount of room and you're with friends, or even if you're by yourself, you can stack your chests by doing this. So I'm going to snap this little half wall to the middle of the wall. I can put 2 just like that. Now I can stack this chest right on top of here. So we're set up. We have a house, we have some chests, we have some beds. We can respawn here with some friends. Now the next thing you probably want to do is cook. You can make a nice little cooking station that can span your fire. Let's do this. So let's start talking about food. So you can cook and eat. You can eat 3 things at once. Everything you add gives you a little bit of health, a little bit of stamina for a certain amount of time, and will heal you a little bit. Like cooked meat. Now if we look at this cooked meat has a weight of 2, gives you 40 health, 40 stamina for 1200 seconds, and has 2 HP a tick of healing up to 40 health. So after we cook it, we can eat it. We can eat the raspberries, and let's eat the mushrooms. Because you cannot eat the same thing twice. I cannot eat raw meat. I cannot eat cooked meat, cooked meat, cooked meat. I have to have 3 different things in order to get the full effect. As we can see, our health is going up, and we have more stamina when we start to swing. I meant to do that. A note about cooking. When you want to cook raw meat, you hear that noise? You hear that noise? When the meat is done, it'll make that noise again. If it makes that noise twice, it will burn. If we go back home and we look at our workbench, and we will look at the upgrade section, it'll say that our workbench needs to be level 2, or 2-starred, and our workbench is only 1-starred. To upgrade the workbench, what you have to do is if you look at your repair tool and look at your crafting section, you see the chopping block? Underneath the chopping block, it says Workbench Improvement. Same thing with the tanning rack, Workbench Improvement. Once you get more complex items like a forge, you will have the same things that say Forge Improvement. Now, another way you can tell is right next to it, it shows a little star icon. That star icon is the same icon that's in your workbench right here. So that's how you upgrade your workbench. But it has to be within range. See, I can't put the chopping block too far away. It has to work with the workbench. So we'll put it right here. Now, when we add the new workbench station, we have new leather we can make, leather helmet, flint head arrow, a couple new things. All right, so this brings our workbench to level 3. We can upgrade our axe, we can upgrade our bow, we can build fire arrows. Fire arrows are definitely useful. Use them often in the game, and that's what we're going to use to help kill the first boss. If you feel like you're prepared, you can go to that Eikthyr mark on your map. And as you see, there's a table here. It's an offering and a runestone. If you read the runestone, it says hunt his kin. And obviously he looks like a deer. So if you go around, all you have to do is kill a few deer until you eventually get a deer trophy. Before you face him, don't forget to eat some food. Eat that, eat that, eat that, and wait for your health to go up a little bit. Let's check it out. Only 2 deer trophies. All right. The bosses normally have 3 different attacks. Eikthyr is no different. But he's not happy with me. Alright, let's see what we can do. Hi. Okay, so. That's one move. Big electronic. Oh! Alright, also he shoots electric beams out the front of his horns. Alright, let's just keep pelting him. Keep pelting him. Let's go around the center. Or spin to win. Spin to win. It's my motto. Spin to win. Keep an eye out for your stamina. Oh my god, that looks cool. Alright, so those are the 3 attacks. Those are the 3 attacks. Lightning from the horns, stomping AoE, and then he tries to attack me with the horns. Ow! Alright, alright. The armor helps so much when you're facing him. I'm just going to keep pelting him with fire arrows. Actually, let's see. Fire arrows. Let's see what the flint head arrows do. Do they do more damage? Oh, wow. 22 damage for the flint head arrows. 14. Wait, why did that first one do so much more? The better shot. 20 damage. Ow! Running away. My big Firebeard will help me. Run, Firebeard, run! I'm still going to stay safe. I'm just going to stay safe. I'm just going to stay safe. Don't bother me. Firebeard says no. Should we try and beat him with our fist? This might be a mistake. Might be a mistake. Yeah, try that. Dink, dink. Oh, a little bit of a mistake. We got you. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Oh, quick, quick. Aw, poor little deer. Alright, first boss down. Congratulations. Now that does unlock some cool stuff, and I'll show you exactly why. Not only does it open up more bosses, it allows you to do something that you couldn't do before. You can make a pickaxe. Very, very important. Not only have we gotten the ability to make a pickaxe because Eikthyr drops the hard antler, we also get Eiktyr's trophy head. Now another important thing and another important mechanic which you don't know about until this moment is that the head will now give you powers so that you have like a small cooldown. You actually have a power in this game. If you bring Eiktyr's head back to the stones of power here, what you can do is if you look directly at the hook, you can attach it. And you hang up the head. You can use his ability. His ability is minus to jump use stamina and minus to run use stamina. Nice. Alright, so bottom left, next to our house, you see Eikthyr. Now if we hit F, we'll use the power. And now we run and jump with the best of them. Nothing can stop us. Alright, really, that's an awesome power. It helps you get away from stuff. It helps you conserve stamina. It's super important when traveling around the world. It really is very, very nice to have. Now that we have the antler pickaxe, it's a very important tool in this game. Not only will it allow us to farm stone, tin, copper, which allows us to get bronze, it'll allow us to farm iron. Now, iron is very important because iron leads you to everything else. But this is the start. So that was the beginning intro to Valheim. I know this can set you up for success, so I hope you've enjoyed the start of the Valheim playthrough. If you'd like to follow me for more tips, the next video is going to be all about how to gain copper and tin, go into bronze, get iron, and get some of the more advanced parts of the game. Build your own little houses. I'd love to see what you do, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye. I'm looking at all things and waiting. Oh, okay, that looks like the edge. That looks like an edge. There we go. Oh, that's definitely an edge. GG. All right, so the world has a defined edge.